So last week, I got this message from a design student saying that she was thinking about switching majors because everyone was telling her that AI was going to steal her job before she even graduated. Yeah, that's really scary, and I get being freaked out. Honestly, I've been wrestling with the same things for the last few months, and I feel like I've come on the other end of it. So, in this video, I want to show you why that's not just wrong thinking, but why this might be the best time in history to become a designer. In fact, if I had to go back 20 years later and pick a major all over again, I would still pick design. And I have some good reasons why I think you should too, but they might kind of surprise you. If we're just meeting, I'm Janelle. I've been a freelance graphic designer for over 15 years now, and I went to art school for 4 years before that, which means I have seen this industry go through a lot of changes. I chose graphic design as my major in 2005. I picked it because I knew I wanted to do a lot of different things in my life. I had a lot of big dreams. I knew I wanted to travel. I wanted to own some businesses, and I didn't really know exactly what that was going to look like, but I knew I wanted some skills that would be useful no matter what direction I went in. And honestly, that turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. Okay, now let's address the elephant in the room. If you clicked on this video, you probably have seen a lot of scary titles about how AI is killing graphic design. I know I have, because they freaked me out. Except when I started watching all of those videos, here's what I've noticed. After the clickbait title, most of those videos actually agree that it is way more nuanced than AI will steal our jobs. Yes, AI is definitely getting better, and that's both really interesting and also kind of terrifying. Yes, we have no idea where this is going to keep evolving and what the world is going to look like in 20 years with this new technology. And yes, it's going to disrupt a lot of industries, design included. So I'm not trying to make light of the scariness and the uncertainty and looking forward, but I do feel really settled about a few truths about design as an overall industry that make me feel at least more confident in this as a direction for my life and why I would recommend it for anyone looking for theirs. Truth number one, in its simplest form, graphic design is about combining the abstract with the practical. And that makes it incredibly useful. And I think that really sets the design industry apart from a lot of other fields. When we talk about learning design, what you would do if you went to an art school or a design program in a university, we're really talking about two tracks of learning. The first track are abstract design principles, understanding things like balance and symmetry and color and hierarchy. These are kind of heady ideas, and they're difficult to explain to another person. But once you get them and absorb them, you can apply those principles to everything you make from there on out. And when we talk about learning design, a lot of what we mean is this first track, this set of abstract principles that can be applied to everything moving forward. The second track are concrete skill sets that you need to learn in order to be a designer in the modern age. That's things like learning digital programs like the Adobe suite that we use to make digital designs. It's also learning physical manual skill sets like screen printing or color matching or mounting work with X-Acto knives and foam core. The concrete skill sets that you need to learn as a designer have continued to evolve as design programs and technology has evolved. That combination of abstract principles and concrete skill sets can combine together in sort of endless applications as the industry and the needs continue to evolve. And that means that more than most career fields, design gives you sort of endless transferability as the world continues to shift. Truth number two. There is no such thing as one graphic design career path, and that's the beauty of it. When we talk about graphic design, we could be talking about branding for companies, which is what I do. We could also be talking about web design, or the UI and UX platforms that help that web design run. We could be talking about advertising and art direction, editorial and print, packaging, motion graphics, environmental design, hand lettering, typography, all kinds of stuff. The point is, this field can go in a lot of different directions, and that is very good news. To prove this point, over the last 15 years, I've worked in-house as a designer for a company. I've worked at an agency as a designer. I've freelanced on my own. I've created my own companies and products that I've launched for myself. And those skill sets have followed me through all of the different things I have applied them to. I've literally traveled the world with my computer in a backpack because I was a freelance designer. And I've launched multiple personal projects and businesses that I would not have been able to afford to make if I had to hire a designer to make them. The flip side of this is that all of that flexibility and potential can be completely overwhelming, and it can feel like a really oversaturated pond that you're jumping into. A quick scroll through social media and you'll see all of these people with these really defined niches and incredible bodies of work, and it can feel like there's no space for you. And that's before AI gets involved. But here's the thing. Unlike multiple friends of mine who went all the way through law school before they realized that they hated being a lawyer and had to do a hard pivot to another career, any time that you invest learning these abstract principles and concrete skills can be transferred into a ton of potential end jobs, including ones that we don't even know about yet as technology continues to change. That's gotta be comforting. As a little plug, I actually just did a whole video on 20 niches within design that you might not even know are options. And I made a little free PDF with a lot of resources and next steps if you want to try going down any of those paths. So if you're feeling a little bit aimless about where to from here, that might be a good place to look. It's totally free. It's on my website. I'll put the link in the description. Truth number 3. Design thinking taps into what makes us innately human. Regardless of what niche you focus on within design, the overall field is about visual storytelling and creative problem solving. Those are both universally useful skills, but also deeply human ones. Being able to draw connections from different sources of inspiration and combine them into something unique and new. Tapping into emotional connections and cultural references for someone that is deep in their brain and memory. Drawing from your own cocktail of personal experiences to make something with your own unique point of view. Those are all deeply human things that cannot be replicated by AI. And that will continue to be true about design, even if the end result of what we make looks a little bit different. In fact, I think in the next few years, we're going to continue to see a pretty big backlash to things that feel digitally created and AI-generated imagery, and people yearning for things that feel kind of imperfect and handmade. There's going to be more of a premium on things that feel human and made by hand and from one person's point of view, referencing personal experiences and memories and things that can't be manufactured or copied. The reality is design as an industry has already survived multiple deaths, going from analog to digital as computers took over and print processes changed. The great Adobe takeover as the Adobe systems became the standard that all designers used. And when I remember very vividly, when Canva was introduced, and now there's this free platform making entry-level design a lot more accessible for people. That was a really scary time in design, and everyone was declaring like, this is the end of all designers. That didn't end up being true, but it did change what was possible. And eventually it meant that there are some tools that make some of the things we do a lot easier. And that's kind of what I think we'll end up with these AI tools as well. The industry adapts, some jobs change, and unfortunately it means that entry-level positions become even harder to find. But it also means that building your own skill sets, finding the niches you really enjoy, and developing your own unique point of view become more and more essential. In the end, we get to be a part of figuring out what design looks like in this new landscape. And if you are someone who is drawn to creative problem solving and visual communication, then there has never been a better time for you to jump in and develop those skills. I hope you'll join us. And if you're wrestling with where to even start, watch this one next. I go through 3 things that everyone should build in order to start a creative career. I'll see you there.